Kia ora, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you very much for joining us for our weather update across New Zealand and Australia. Although I've got to say, this is mostly a New Zealand update because we've got more interesting weather coming our way. Now, it starts with this developing low pressure system in the North Tasman Sea. Only just getting started, but over the next few days, it's going to slide into northern New Zealand, slide across the North Island, and by this weekend, it will remain out to the east. The other big feature on our wind map today is this big block of high pressure. So Australia's got very settled weather, at least across Adelaide, Melbourne, Hobart, Sydney. Brisbane's got a bit of a southerly blowing through there. But the big high pressure zone south of Australia, or down here around Tasmania, is pushing those windy westerlies further south. So we're not getting them at the moment in the New Zealand area, and to be honest, in Australia either. So we've got a bit of a pause, a bit of a break on the windy westerlies. But let's try and make sense of this incoming low. So it gets deeper over the next couple of days. It doesn't really turn into a major storm, but it is going to produce some heavy rain because it's pulling down this subtropical airflow on the eastern side of it. So the South Island's pretty settled on Wednesday under high pressure. There's a big high out here. It connects to that other high over there. There's a bit of a bridge through this zone. It'll still be a bit cold in the mornings, and in fact the daytime temperatures aren't overly flash around parts of Southland as well, but it is dry on Wednesday. But the rain clouds begin in the north here, light showers or drizzle patches in the east where the air pressure is higher, but where the low pressure comes in is where you'll get some heavier falls. So it's a bit patchy on Wednesday, just a few showers, a bit of patchy rain around, not necessarily pouring with rain. By the time we get to Thursday, it does change. The low is deeper at about 990 hectopascals. Heavier rain coming in on this zone here. So this is where the main portion of subtropical weather, or at least if it's not subtropical, just coming from north of New Zealand, pulling down that moisture. So Bay of Plenty, East Cape gets some heavy rain. And as we go through Thursday, these heavy falls slide further out to the east and get pulled around by that easterly. So we're going to see some good rainfall totals, especially around Hawke's Bay, which needs it the most. In the South Island, just the very top gets clipped on Thursday by that wet weather. Then you've got windy nor'easters coming in through the Southern Alps, which means the west coast should be warmer than average and quite lovely on Thursday. And then down here in Southland, a different burst of weather. It's a southerly coming in with showers and yes, some snow flurries again to fairly low levels. So mild with subtropical winds up here, colder with subantarctic winds down in the south on Thursday. So we've got windy weather. There is the centre of the low. This is lunchtime Thursday. The areas in shading show the wind gusts. So the biggest gusts out here with 120 kilometres an hour or more, mostly out at sea. So that's the good news. Marlborough Sounds will get clipped by it, but really it's going out to sea. The areas inland getting the windiest weather will be around parts of East Cape, big gusting maybe up to gale force through that zone and here, and gale force easterlies building, but those severe gales through Cook Strait, they might just brush Taranaki, but for the most part, it is out at sea. Let's move through to Friday. So the low, as you can see, has gone in a straight line from up here out to the east of the North Island. So Friday sees rain being fed into Hawke's Bay, but it is coming in with a strong, maybe even gale force southerly. Now southerly means that the rainfall totals in northern areas, right where Wairoa is, will be getting the heaviest of the rain, while southern areas a little bit more patchy, and the further you get into Wairarapa, the more those rain clouds break up. We've got rain clouds still around Canterbury, and it might even push down as far as Otago for a time. It'll be drizzly, it won't be much in the way of rain. And again, the west coast on Friday, mostly sunny. And while it's cold in Southland on Friday, it's also mostly dry for you. Let's take a look at the weekend quickly. So on Saturday, that low moves out to the east, but Hawke's Bay, you've still got those southeasterlies blowing through with a bit of wet weather. Our rainfall estimates show anywhere between 50 and 100 millimetres coming in for the next few days in Hawke's Bay. We've got more details at ruralweather.co.nz and obviously at weatherwatch.co.nz. We've got about 13 maps we've just put up to explain what is coming in. Basically what I'm talking about here. So you can find that in our news section. But on Saturday, still raining. See the blue line though? Measures air thickness. And we've got, it basically is showing this colder bite coming into New Zealand on Saturday. High pressure in the south means it'll be frosty for some of you. And by Sunday, that low moves away. It finally dries out in Hawke's Bay. And guess who returns? The westerlies come back. The windy westerlies. And in fact, they're wet, windy westerlies. And it's not just New Zealand. Australia's got them as well. In fact, windy weather really all along that southern coastline. Not too bad sort of once you go inland a wee bit. And then you've got the windy easterlies at the top of Australia. A lot going on. And next week, those westerly winds do return. That is all from me for today. We'll be back again on Wednesday with our next update and our next global weather extremes update. We'll continue to do those videos while I remain in lockdown in Auckland. That's all from me for today. We'll see you Wednesday.